Hello, Hateless Gaming here, bringing you another EVE Online guide. Today, I want to talk about sub 2-second alignment time and how safe or dangerous it is to rely on a sub 2-second alignment time ship to travel in New Eden, and also to haul stuff in high sec, as it is it's a really cool idea and way to do it. I'm also going to include in this video a quick guide to making a Sunesis that has cargo and sub 2-second alignment time that you yourself can build. So I want to talk about this just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and go to this character now, if my buttons will work. All right, so for sub 2-second alignment time, how it normally works is that you have your ship, if it aligns in less than 2 seconds, unless somebody is able to lock and point you, which is 2 actions, in under 1 second, then you basically get away and they can't tackle you. And basically, it's really hard to gank this. Yes, you can be smart bombed even if you are in a sub 2-second alignment time ship, but if you're sub 2-second alignment time, it is almost impossible. And we did some science just a while ago, and I will go ahead and put the link here. Or not the link, but a clip of the video here for you guys to see, and watch how I did get caught in the Sunesis, which does have a sub 2-second alignment time, but I want to talk about how difficult that was to do. He had to get his ping down to sub 15 milliseconds, and also do a bunch of other stuff because of the way the server works. Basically, on the first server tick, where you warp, so it takes a second for your warp to start. It takes 2 seconds, and in that first server tick, before you leave, there's a 1 server tick window where you can get the scram on. And for most cases, it takes 2 server ticks to do a lock and a warp, because you see it on the first server tick, and then in that same server tick where you see it, you have to complete your lock and get the scram off, in order to, or the scram or disrupt off, in order to get the in order to hold the target in sub 2 seconds, and that is really hard to achieve. So that being said, if you are sub 2-second alignment time, there's a 99.999999 chance that you'll make it through. If you go through warps for a very long time and have you might get caught once or twice. It's extremely uncommon to be caught in a sub 2-second alignment time ship. We went in circles offering a 500 million S bounty on my ship, and I'll probably show like a little clip of that, and I'll speed it up like 500 times. So you can see I went around several times, and my ship's name, Catch Me for 500 million ISK, and this survived for about an hour before somebody actually caught it, and there were several people specifically trying to catch it. One person finally did. And it was due to him actually catching it. He got his ping and stuff. I just want to go over what he said here. So basically what happened was he tested ping and JITA, and here are my results, steps I did. My normal median ping is 32 seconds, EP 60 raw. My ping tested outside EVE is 26 milliseconds to London, which London is where the EVE servers are, so that's why that's relevant. He used a Stiletto that is specifically fit for this. So he had the artillery cannons, he had a neutralizer, but that's not what's important. He had a warp disruptor and 3 sensor boosters, 3 signal amplifiers, and a small targeting system sub-controller. And he was running scan resolution script. So his scan resolution was insane. So if we look at this fit, base scan resolution before being hot is a thing. And then he had scan resolution in his scripts. So his scan resolution was 4300, and then he was trying to target a Sunesis that was that had a scan or a signature radius of 101 kilometers. So we literally stacked everything in their favor in order to do that. So that's how he was fit. And I did reward him with 500 million S for catching me. What I did is to redact my ping this night, which he said that he's never going to do it again because it's super risky to do. But basically what he did is he blocked all traffic to his PC, aside from his EVE Online client. Only EVE can connect to the internet. Deactivated the firewall on the PC and the router. Very bad to do. Don't do this. It's a very bad idea. and use a tunnel VPN, non-secure double bad thing, to a server in Frankfurt in a center with a backbone. I also live in a town with very good connection, 1 gigabyte a second, and only old people live here, and it was 2 a.m. where he lived at the time. So he basically had like a streamlined connection that he set up. Also, I'm using Cat 8 on fiberglass cables in his house, so he literally had everything in his favor to do this. His ping wasn't stable at 10 milliseconds. His jitter was as high, 10 to 16 milliseconds. So his average ping was 10 to 26 milliseconds. So I'm not sure if in the low phase will locking will the other, or will I activate the target. He thinks he was very lucky. Maybe the result of your ping was high, or mine was low, or my JITA spike. My method isn't usable method. The risk of the safety of the network by opening to the internet, and you can't use a tunnel to your next backbone server every time. So technically is possible, but no real application in normal gameplay. So in order to catch me, he literally had to completely open his PC, and he said thanks for the stream, and I put out the 500 million bounty. He won it. Congratulations to this pilot. And I just want to make a video talking about this. Sub 2 second alignment time is for the most part safe, but it is possible to catch you. Don't fly something you can't afford to lose inside of a 2 second alignment time ship. But if you want something to haul in high sec that will basically get you mostly safe, if you get the alignment time below 2 seconds on your ship, so depending on your skills, this may vary, depending on your spaceship command skills and a couple of other factors, this will vary. For me, I was able to get that done with 1 inertial stabilizer. So if we take all this off here, and we did all this to literally make my signature radius as high as we could, and then we had hyperspatials and stuff. I should be in simulate. And if we take all this off, actually I just started a rig, it's only a million-esque. We're at 2.25 seconds. So I guess I had a nanofiber. So if I do a second inertial stabilizer there, we'll be sub 2 second pretty easily. Inertial stabilizers do increase your signature radius, which makes it slightly easier to lock you. But if your signature is at 105 meters and you don't have these, it's going to be quite a bit harder. It's going to take a little bit longer, and getting under that 2 second window is going to be very difficult. So depending on what you want, you do want a little bit of tank on it. That's good. I'll probably put a multispectrum there to add a little tank. We have 2 inertial stabilizers. This Sunesis has 600 M3 cargo. And then we get to use the rest to expand. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the rigs to make the sub 2 second. And there's a few modules that can do that. So in your rigging, so if we go where's it at? Hold on. Modules, rigs, astronautics. We would start with the best thing. So the low friction nozzle joint helps your alignment speed. And so does the, what was it? The polycarbonate engine housing. But low friction nozzle joints are only your engine speed, and polycarbonate engine housing is kind of like a nanofiber where there's engine speed and alignment. So a couple low friction nozzle joints gets me to 2.2. If I do 3 of those, I'm at 1.95. But the 2 inertial stabilizers took 2 slots, and so that's better. The other rigs that you can use are cargo hold optimizations, Tech 1 and 2. I believe you can fit 3 of these on this. That alone, if we use cargo hold optimizations, it looks like we can do 2 Tech 2 and 1 Tech 1 gets us to 993 M3. This is quite a bit. And then what we can do is we can go into our propulsion. We can go propulsion upgrades. We want an inertial stabilizer. We got to 225, and then 2 of them puts us up to 186. Alternatively, so if your skills aren't as high, you might need a third, and that brings you up to 1.64. But the third is if you need it, and then you can do hull and armor, and in hull upgrades, you can do nanofibers as well. So nanofiber is kind of like half as effective, but it also, nanofibers do not increase your signature radius, whereas the inertial stabilizers do. And increasing your signature radius isn't the best thing when you're trying not to be locked in sub 2 seconds. So you do want to try and keep that number down. However, extenders are good for defense against smart bombs. This won't save you against a smart bomb, but it'll make it a little bit more difficult to smart bomb you, and that's why we have shield extenders here. Last 2 spots will be, or all remaining slots, so if you had to do a second nanofiber or 2 inertial stabilizers in Nanofiber, or 3 inertial stabilizers, depending on your skills again, you would have 1 or 2 expanded cargo holds in your slots here. The expanded cargo holds don't change your alignment time. They do change your top speed, though. It looks like that's being changed there. Never mind, I digress. Something's getting changed here. I remember expanded cargo holds hurts HP or something. Yeah, it looks like my speed is changing and my HP is changing when I take that and remove it. But our alignment time stays 1.94. This then nets us 1,600 M3, and we're still sub 2 second. And then we can go ahead and use that CPU for a hardener. And go shield. Multispectrum hardeners. And throw that bad boy on there. And that gives us 10,000 HP. It's not immune to being smart bombed. But it's something. If you are going to get smart bombed by like a Muller or something, you would survive. You would not survive a Macarial smart bombing in this case, or a rock or something, or a battleship smart bombing you. But with this, you can safely, in high sec, carry around your 1,615 M3 cargo and move your goods for the most part in relative safety. I probably wouldn't recommend carrying 100 billion in this, but if you carry something worth like 100 plus million ISK, I'd really recommend you grab one of these. And on top of that, this is a poor man's. It's only 31 million ISK. This is super cheap. I will go ahead and save this fitting here, and I'll link it in the description. I'm going to call it Catch Me If You Can. And you can get creative and do things similar like this with other ships. I know that the Astero is really good at cloaking, so it's a really good poor man's blockade runner. And I just want to talk about the sub 2 second alignment time and how that works a little bit. And I'll make sure to link that clip again, or show you guys that clip again. Make sure you guys fly fun, enjoy your time in EVE Online, and we'll see you guys in the next one.